What's up, everybody? Just want to put my thoughts on the next John Jones versus Gustafsson #2 fight. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the John Jones Glover Teixeira fight. Now, in this fight, I knew John Jones was going to win. I actually thought that he would win by submission in the third round. Obviously, that didn't happen. I'm actually pretty surprised how resilient Glover was, but it's kind of funny because people kept talking about his power and things like that, but really, John Jones, I mean, I guess you could say Glover got, like a lot of fighters, like Vitor, um, a lot of fighters before that, they just get mesmerized by him. Like he attacks from so many different angles and from so many different areas. Like he'll attack your leg, he'll fire some body shots. He'll obviously hit you in the face, also with elbows. Not a lot of people see looks like that when they're sparring. Not only that, but he's got incredible wrestling. He's got quite a few judo throws he incorporates. He just has so many things that you have to worry about. And certain fighters, especially Glover, they get in there. He starts. John Jones does his thing, and then they get mesmerized. Like they just sit back, and all they try to do is counter him. And seeing as how he's got the longest reach in the UFC, I mean, it's not easy to counter a guy with such a long reach, who especially uses a lot of leg kicks. Um, so I was surprised that Glover didn't get taken out earlier, but yeah, I didn't think he was going to win. I mean, he does have power. And maybe if they were just in a boxing match, I'd probably maybe bet on Glover. But because that fight, it's an MMA fight. Obviously John Jones is just he's just a superior fighter. Um, Now getting to the point of the video, I think Gustafsson personally. I think in the first fight, I thought when I watched it the first time, I thought John Jones won. And then when I watched it the second time, the first fight, I thought Gustafsson won just because, like in the fourth and fifth round, before he got hurt, he was landing the better. He was landing a lot of shots, and in some judges, they if you're landing more shots, they'll give you the round. And then some other judges, like even if the guy's popping you the whole round, if you land one good right hand and drop him, then you win the round. I mean, but the second time I saw it, I thought Gustafsson won. And even Joe Rogan actually said during the fight that he didn't know if John Jones even won a round. Now, getting to the second fight, uh, I think Gustafsson's going to be in a little bit more trouble just because John Jones is going to be ready for him this time. I'm not saying he wasn't ready for him the first time, but I think he thought that he was going to get mesmerized just like Vitor and everybody else. Gustafsson needs to do it for him to win because you know what? I'm not really a big John Jones fan. I guess he gives off this vibe about him that I just want someone to punch him in the face. Like, if possible, like I usually root against him. I didn't really against the Glover fight because I didn't really like Glover that much. But getting back to the point, I think right now, unless Gustafsson changes something up, um, which I have a feeling he's not. I think he's going to try and do the same thing he did in the first fight and just kind of cross his fingers. Um, he needs to do what John Jones does because in their first fight, you can obviously see that John Jones had certain attacks just for him. Like they knew that Gustafsson circles quite a bit, so when he circles, they had him practice that the spinning back kick. So every time he circles one way, hit him with that spinning back kick. And I think they need to, for Gustafsson, they need to, I don't know, I think he needs to throw more kicks. I mean, his boxing is good, but I think he needs to throw some more kicks. And maybe try to dirty box, but the problem is with dirty boxing is obviously you don't want to be up close in John Jones' face because then you're going to catch an elbow. So maybe just add some kicks to his repertoire and just, if you see an opportunity, try to out-wrestle John Jones, I guess. I mean, I'm going to root for Gustafsson, but I think John Jones might win the second time unless Gustafsson lands something because he was landing a lot of punches. And this is MMA; they got small gloves. You never know. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on the next fight. I think John Jones right now, he looks really good, so I think there's a good chance he's probably going to win. But I think Gustafsson's going to, obviously, he's going to go out there and give John Jones a run for his money. Um, but the only way he'll win is if he changes something up. I think if he goes in there and does the same thing he did in the first fight, exactly the same, I think he'll probably lose. But if he changes something and still does, the good parts the way he did in the first fight, I think he could win. So those are my thoughts, and thanks for watching.